The hip-hop world has officially gone into meltdown mode. Kendrick Lamar just dropped a brand new diss track and it's already lighting fires across the culture. Within minutes of its release, social media exploded with reactions, debates, and full-scale investigations trying to figure out who exactly Kendrick is aiming at this time. The track, titled Reign of Silence, hit streaming platforms unexpectedly in the middle of the night, catching even his most loyal fans off guard. The production was menacing, haunting bass, eerie synths, and Kendrick's trademark flow shifting between surgical precision and explosive emotion. But it wasn't just the sound that grabbed everyone's attention. It was the words sharp, cryptic, and calculated. He didn't drop names directly, but the tone, references, and double entendres made it clear. This wasn't a random release. This was a warning shot. The opening bars already set the stage for chaos. Kendrick rapped, "They built gods out of gimmicks, then crowned fear as ambition. I watched them stream their souls for numbers, then begged for forgiveness." Fans instantly started dissecting the lines, linking them to recent scandals surrounding fake streams, shallow artistry, and rappers selling authenticity for clout. Some pointed straight to Drake, fresh off his controversies and apparent downfall, suggesting Kendrick was twisting the knife even deeper after their legendary feud earlier this year. Others believed it was aimed at J. Cole, whose silence during the recent rap wars drew criticism for playing it too safe. A few even speculated it could be directed at Travis Scott or Future, two artists Kendrick has subtly clashed with in the past over creativity and originality. What makes Kendrick's disses hit harder than most is how layered they are. He never needs to say a name. The context does the talking. Each line feels like a coded message, a riddle designed to spark conversation and chaos. He's the kind of artist who moves with intention. Nothing is accidental. So when he drops bars like "They hide behind the numbers 'cause the truth don't chart. I build cathedrals out of pain while they mimic art," the industry listens. It's not just a lyric. It's a challenge to everyone in the game pretending to be something they're not. And the timing couldn't be more perfect. With the culture still processing Drake's collapse, Kendrick's return feels like a declaration of dominance, a reminder that he's still the most dangerous voice in hip-hop when it comes to lyrical warfare. Within hours, the internet was in full detective mode. Twitter Spaces, Reddit threads, and YouTube breakdowns were packed with fans dissecting every bar. Memes, reaction videos, and think pieces flooded timelines. Even other rappers started chiming in, posting cryptic emojis or half-responses that only added fuel to the fire. It wasn't just about who Kendrick was dissing. It was about how effortlessly he reignited an energy the culture's been missing. In one night, he managed to restore that raw competitive edge hip-hop was built on. And if this is the beginning of a new chapter, it might just be one of the most explosive we've seen in years. The deeper fans listen to Reign of Silence, the more layers start to unfold. This isn't just another diss track, it's a manifesto. Kendrick sounds like a man fed up with an industry full of copycats and inflated egos. One standout line, "Y'all don't rap for love, you rap for validation," cuts to the core of the modern rap scene. It's not just a shot, it's a diagnosis of what's gone wrong. The industry has become obsessed with clout, algorithmic fame, and instant gratification. Kendrick's tone throughout the track is surgical, like he's dissecting the system piece by piece. He's not yelling or ranting. He's lecturing the game with authority, confidence, and purpose. But it's the second verse that really has everyone talking. That's where Kendrick starts throwing what sound like personal jabs. He claimed king, but I never saw a throne in his city. He screamed goat, but his pen don't show no pity. Immediately, speculation went wild. Was he taking another swing at Drake, questioning his Toronto throne and lyrical credibility? Or was this aimed at another self-proclaimed GOAT figure? Maybe even Kanye West or Jay-Z? The ambiguity only added to the hype. Kendrick's power lies in how he makes everyone uncomfortable at once. Nobody feels safe when he drops something like this because everyone knows he's capable of dismantling reputations with just a few lines. Insiders from Top Dog Entertainment have reportedly said that this track has been in the works for months. Some believe it was recorded right after the Not Like Us wave peaked, meaning Kendrick had been sitting on it, waiting for the right time to strike. And that timing couldn't be more perfect. Hip-hop right now is in chaos. From Drake's collapse to the ongoing power vacuum in mainstream rap, the culture has been hungry for a moment like this. Kendrick stepped into that void with a track that doesn't just diss, it defines. It draws a line between the real and the fake, between artists and entertainers. What's even crazier is how other rappers are reacting. Within hours of the track dropping, several big names started posting cryptic responses. Some called it fire, while others laughed it off as old man rap. But fans noticed something interesting. Not a single heavyweight dared to respond directly. That silence speaks volumes. In hip-hop, the lack of response often says more than words. When Kendrick drops a track like this, the entire game pauses. Everyone listens, everyone analyzes, and everyone wonders if they're next. His ability to control the conversation without even naming names shows exactly why he's in a league of his own. By morning, Reign of Silence was the top trending topic across social media. Analysts were already calling it the start of Kendrick's season, the period where every rapper in the game moves carefully, afraid of catching a stray. Hip-hop hasn't felt this alive in years. Kendrick reminded the culture that real rap still matters, that skill, substance, and storytelling still hold power in a world oversaturated with gimmicks. And while fans celebrated, the industry braced for impact, wondering who would be the first brave soul to clap back. The fallout from Kendrick's diss track has been instant and brutal. Within 24 hours, several rappers and producers found themselves trending for all the wrong reasons as fans tried to match lyrics to names. Some pointed to subtle references that seemed aimed at Travis Scott, citing the line, "They chase utopias while I build empires." A clear double entendre linking Travis's Utopia album to Kendrick's larger-than-life life legacy. Others claimed he was calling out Future with the lyric "Toxic don't mean timeless. Your catalog's just trauma dressed in diamonds." And while neither artist has responded directly, their fan bases have gone to war online defending their favorites while dissecting every syllable of Kendrick's verses. The chaos is total, and that's exactly how he wanted it. Even industry insiders are chiming in. DJ academics called it a lyrical bomb dropped in the middle of a fragile culture, while Joe Budden described it as a reset button for authenticity. Radio stations are already looping the track and fans are quoting lines like their scripture. The energy feels like the early 2000s all over again when rap battles dominated headlines and competition pushed artists to their limits. But there's something deeper here, too. Kendrick isn't just throwing shots. He's making a statement about where hip-hop has gone and what it's lost. The track feels like a sermon on the dangers of complacency. A wake-up call to every artist who got too comfortable chasing fame instead of legacy. The third verse, arguably the most devastating, contains one of the most quoted lines. "I don't war with the weak, I just let them expose their soul. Every post they make sound like fear wrapped in gold." That bar instantly went viral with fans tagging every rapper known for flashy social media antics. The message was clear. Kendrick sees through the noise. He's calling out the industry's obsession with image, reminding everyone that no filter can hide a lack of substance. It's a move that's both calculated and fearless. And it's why his music continues to dominate conversations long after the beat fades. But perhaps the most intriguing part of the aftermath is how quiet the biggest names in rap have become. Nobody wants to test him right now. Even those with reputations for being outspoken, rappers like Meek Mill, The Game, or even Rick Ross are treading carefully because when Kendrick enters this mode, it's not about internet clout or headlines. It's about surgical precision. He doesn't argue, he dismantles. And after watching what he did to Drake, nobody wants to be next. This track has also reignited a bigger cultural debate. Is Kendrick the last true lyricist of his generation? Many fans think so. They're calling Reign of Silence a reminder that real artistry still exists in a time where everyone's chasing algorithms. Kendrick didn't just drop a disc, he dropped a gauntlet. The question now is who's bold enough to pick it up. As the dust begins to settle, Reign of Silence is already being hailed as one of Kendrick Lamar's most powerful tracks yet. Not because of who he dissed, but because of how it shifted the balance of power in hip-hop. Major outlets like Complex, ESSL, and The Source have all released analyses breaking down the lyrics and cultural implications, and nearly all agree Kendrick has re-established dominance. What's remarkable is how strategic his timing was. Dropping the track during a quiet period in the industry gave it room to breathe, forcing everyone to pay attention. There were no competing releases, no distractions, just Kendrick and the truth. In an era where most artists use shock value and controversy to get attention, Kendrick's approach feels almost old school. He relies on craft, not chaos. But that doesn't mean he's above using the moment. Industry whispers claim that this song is the first single off a bigger, darker project set to drop later this year. A project that might be built entirely around calling out hypocrisy and hip-hop. If that's true, Reign of Silence might just be the opening chapter in what could become one of the most impactful runs of Kendrick's career. The track's title alone carries weight. It's as if he's daring his peers to speak up while knowing most of them won't. Meanwhile, the industry is feeling the pressure. Executives and publicists are scrambling, worried that their artists could be next in line for lyrical exposure. Even brands connected to certain rappers have started distancing themselves, afraid of being caught in the crossfire of public opinion. The fear Kendrick instills isn't physical, it's existential. He doesn't just end careers. He exposes truths people would rather keep hidden. That's why his disses don't fade, they linger, forcing the industry to look at itself in the mirror. One of the most fascinating developments in the wake of the song is how artists from the younger generation are responding. Instead of fear, many see it as inspiration. Rising rappers are quoting Kendrick's lines, saying he gave them permission to rap again, to care about lyricism, storytelling, and depth. The contrast between that response and the silence from mainstream stars is striking. Kendrick didn't just drop a diss track. He reset the culture's compass. It's now cool again to care about substance. And for the culture at large, that shift could be monumental. As hip-hop continues to debate the meaning of Reign of Silence, one thing's clear. Kendrick's latest move has reminded everyone why he's considered a once-in-a-generation artist. While others chase fame, he chases impact. While others count streams, he counts scars. And in an industry obsessed with noise, Kendrick has mastered the art of making silence sound louder than anything else. Now, the question echoing through the culture is simple. Who will respond? Every major rapper in the game has been put on notice, but so far, not one has dared to step forward. The fear isn't just of being dissed, it's of being dismantled. Kendrick's track didn't just sting, it set a new standard. Artists now have to ask themselves if they can match that level of artistry before they even think about clapping back. It's not just about ego anymore. It's about survival. Behind the scenes, industry chatter suggests that several rappers are quietly recording their own responses, but label executives are advising against releasing them. Nobody wants to be the next casualty of Kendrick's pen. History has shown what happens to those who try. From Drake to Big Sean, every artist who's challenged him has ended up taking damage. The risk just isn't worth it. So instead, the game waits, watching, hoping that someone brave or reckless steps up. But until that happens, Reign of Silence stands uncontested. What's incredible is how quickly Kendrick's disc has taken on a life of its own. It's not just a song anymore. It's a cultural moment. The memes, the breakdowns, the think pieces, the reactions, it's everywhere. Hip-hop hasn't seen this level of excitement in years. Fans are hungry for competition again. Tired of artists playing it safe. Kendrick gave them what they wanted. Real rap, real emotion, real consequences. And in doing so, he reminded everyone that the genre's heartbeat is still strong. It just needed someone brave enough to jolt it back to life. As the dust continues to settle, Kendrick's legacy grows even larger. Every time he steps into the ring, he doesn't just win, he changes the rules. Reign of Silence isn't just another diss track. It's a declaration of power, a reminder that the throne still belongs to those who respect the craft. Whether the next few weeks bring responses or silence, the message has already been delivered. The game belongs to those who can speak truth through art, not those who hide behind numbers. And that's the full story on Kendrick Lamar's new diss track, shaking up the rap game and sparking another full-blown hip-hop beef. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more breakdowns on the biggest moments and stories dominating the culture right